So we have been studying Daniel's prophecies as found in chapter 9 of the book of Daniel, verses 24 to 27. There the angel Gabriel tells him that there are 70 weeks given to the people of Israel. So we saw that out of the 70 weeks history, 69 weeks have been completed in the nation of Israel. And now we come to only 1 week remaining, or a period of 7 years left in Israel history to be completed. In the beginning, we find that the diaspora of the Israelites, or the scattering of the Israelites, began in 70 AD under Nero the emperor and under Titus the general. The Jews fled, leaving their homeland Israel, and they were scattered all over the world. So the Jews had no homeland for about 2,000 years. They had no homeland. And this happened to them, and they were persecuted by Hitler in Europe, and from there again they scattered to all parts of the world, to Russia, some to India, and some to United States and England, and so on from Europe. So they were persecuted very badly, and in the gas chambers, millions of Jews were killed by the Nazis under Hitler. And this happened to them according at the time of Jesus' crucifixion. Jesus was being crucified, and Pilate washed his hands of Jesus, and the Jews cried out, "Let the curse be upon us and our children and their children." So actually the curse came upon the Jews for crucifying the Lord Jesus Christ, and millions were killed in Europe by the Nazi government under Hitler. And as time would have it, they were scattered all over the world. Then in 1897, a group of Jews met to discuss the common dream of having their own homeland in the land that God had given to them and promised to their forefather Abraham. And they had lived there for many centuries in the ancient times, but 2,000 years ago they were scattered all over the world. So this movement, bringing all the Jews, all the people of Israel back to their homeland, is called Zionism. And this movement became gradually powerful, and it got recognition from the world powers, namely by United Kingdom and by United States of America. So after the First World War, Great Britain decided to give the land of the Jews in Palestine, which they could come into and make it their own land again. They could come back to the land of Palestine and immigrate there and live under the protection of Great Britain, because Britain had ownership of that area. So in the Balfour Declaration, it was signed by Britain in 1917. And in 1948, the United Nations officially recognized Israel as a sovereign state. As prophesied in the Bible, we saw Ezekiel's prophecy that the nation of Israel and Judah would become one nation under one king, under one ruler, and no more would they persecute each other, but they would live like brethren in the nation of Israel. So it was prophesied the Bible had prophesied the establishment of a Jewish nation, and it would become a nation in one day. So exactly as the Jews returned to the land of Israel, it set a stage for the remaining events prophesied in the book of Daniel to be brought together. So we find overnight Israel became a nation, and the Jews returned back to the land. And this has set a stage for the 70th seven to take place, or the 7-year history in the nation of Israel to be completed. We will see that as we progress with the prophecy of Daniel in the chapter 9 of the book of Daniel, from verse 24 to 27. God be praised.